So we're gonna go a little bit into conversation with Molly, who I'm so delighted to have here, and then tell you a little bit about the platform, because I think that's where you can really learn what is available to you, but also what you can share with your family, your friends, your whoever, your neighbor, your girlfriend at happy hour, about what is important for their health. What we used to think of like menopause is like Golden Girls, right? And we're like, I love the show, but I don't necessarily know if I want to like be like that quite yet. And so when you think of midlife, I think 80 is what life expectancy is for women now. So midlife would be 40, right? And so people are like, wait a minute.
Everyone in this room, we're crushing. Right now, all of you are pretty much crushing in some way. But I think what's important is, can we all crush? You know, can we all have that access? Can we all feel good?
If even you can think of like your healthcare journey, doesn't necessarily have to be with midlife, but just thinking of your healthcare journey of how many times you've had an obstacle, whether it's getting an appointment or getting the answer you need or getting your labs interpreted.
The waiting of it all.
Yes. The waiting of it all that's where we need to move away from.
Well, I think it's all about access, like having access, feeling like you're in the know. Access should be for everyone.
Right. We've spent a lot of decades talking about menopause, and now that we hear more about perimenopause, it actually is more confusing in the term, what it is. Am I there yet? Am I not there yet? So I wanted to actually share what we offer. So starting from what we offer, we are offering estradiol. All of these are bioidentical, progesterone, and then estrogen vaginal cream, which is like my favorite because I feel like it's like an Oprah moment with estrogen vaginal cream. Anyone can use it. Like whether you've had breast cancer or not, you can use estrogen vaginal cream. And so I think that's like the freebie that everyone should take. But then, narrowing it down to the types of estradiol that we offer is going to be through patch and pill, different doses as well. Progesterone pill, different doses as well, and then the estrogen vaginal cream. So depending on how your visit goes with your healthcare provider and what you're looking for, then we get to kind of figure out what's the best package for you, and then we send it to you.
I think having a platform that you can go to that, okay, here's what we actually can do for you. You cannot have to suffer through it.
On the platform, you'll see that there are also education, right? And looking at the lifestyle of it. So whether that's access to nutrition or exercise, because that's all such a big part of midlife for women in the perimenopausal journey.
I think it's super important what we're talking about and to be open and honest. It's also personalization.
Right.
People want to feel like, okay, check the box. I don't have all of it, but I have maybe these 3 things. Can you help me with this?
That was a big part of the personalization journey through the platform, and how we built that was for women to be able to come in, and whether it was you or me or anyone in this room going in the platform, is we get to identify what those things are that are like interrupting our daily life. And from that, then it also helps the providers who are licensed providers all across every state to say, this is what you're coming in with, which is different than the person I had before. How am I going to adjust to all of these different things that you're feeling, so that it is the personalized kind of access to it?
I just think, you don't know until you know, right? You kind of look back and you're like, oh, wait, I was having all these symptoms. I think you don't know until you start speaking to whether your friends, your doctors. Sometimes I identify it after the fact.
Yeah.
Shit. Definitely perimenopause. Definitely what that was.
And we have estrogen receptors and progesterone, testosterone all over our body. I think that's one of the big misnomers about what reproductive hormones, where they are and what they do, is that we kind of typecast them to the pelvis. So we're like, it only has to do with your periods and pregnancy, but they're all over our body. So that's why we have those symptoms of cognitive brain fog, hot flashes, night sweats. We used to say, we are gonna wait till you hit a brick wall of menopause before we'll consider maybe even talking about it. Or we've been taught just like, you can live like this, you should suffer. And I think women for so long have been taught, oh, just suffer. Everyone else does it. Why shouldn't you?
I hate when people will say, oh, she's cray. She's crazy.
Yeah.
She's lost her, she's not crazy.
I think women, just in history, historically, if you look along the course of health, as women start to age, there's a lot of taboo kind of shame that comes with it, being minimized, and then that creates fear, and then fear of being able to say, what can I do for myself? Because it almost sounds as if you're standing up for yourself and you don't want to be too loud.
It's not easy.
It's not easy, and that's why we made it easy, in order to be able to say, this is something that I can do 24/7. So in the moments where I have a time for myself, it may not be in between the hours of 9 and 5, where I was able to go to an office and sit for, 2 hours for a 5-minute visit. So what can I do in that time that I have for myself to get the care that I need? And that's being able to enter the platform, enter the symptoms that you're having, get it personalized, and then actually have access to something that could get to you in a matter of days.
I think that's what's great about your platform. People having another chapter, I don't think it's over at 40. I don't think it's over at 50.
We really need to fundamentally hone in ourselves as we start to go into this next chapter of life, because there is a hormonal shift that actually pulls from the reserves of our emotional stability and the ability for us to have this motivation and this optimism. Like, studies have shown it, and that has a lot to do with hormones. So that emotional resilience is, even in a moment of chaos or this chapter changing for your symptoms that you're going through, is what am I going to dig down deep into to create that resilience for myself as I live this next 40, 50 years? 40% of your life is going to be lived in the postmenopausal phase. So I want to inspire all of you. Thank you for being here and really investing in something that we really have pride in building and showcasing. And we hope to help millions of women. So thank you so much.